Most things to attract new customers do not work. For example, if someone shows me an advertisement for soccer, I'm not interested, because I don't care about soccer. In the past it was common to show the same stuff to all people. Today it is possible to address people in a personalized way and identify specific target groups based on their preferences. To find the right content for the right target group, you have to try a lot of things. We call this process kissing frogs. You put a lot of time and effort into creating content to find out what works well and what works less well. And you can roughly say that 80% of all things don't work. This is the so-called Pareto principle, named after Vilfredo Pareto. The man has already found out at that time that most things do not work, and one can count on the fact that one achieves 80% of the results with 20% of the things one does. Now there will always be people who want to tell us that we should simply leave out the 80% that do not work. In reality, this is rather difficult. To find out which 20% work well and which 80% you can leave out, you need someone who has done this at least once. Finding such a specialist for a certain area is often not easy. That is why specialists are paid so well. When it comes to marketing copywriting, one of the most famous and best paid teachers is a man named Dan Kennedy. Dan Kennedy taught legends like Frank Kern back in the day and now works with Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson is the founder of ClickFunnels, a very well-known automation solution for acquiring new customers. All these three men have one thing in common. They make lots of money by applying certain proven formulas that have worked for decades. Because we humans make decisions based on certain criteria and in a certain order. And if you create your own marketing copy with appropriate formulas, then you can say the right things in the right order during the potential customer's decision-making process to improve the outcome. One of the most well-known marketing formulas might be the AIDA formula. This abbreviation stands for attention, interest, desire and action. It involves first arousing a customer's attention in order to gain his interest. In the next step, the need is then aroused in order to sell a certain product or service. In the last step, this should lead to an action in which the customer also buys the corresponding product or service. The AIDA formula is relatively well known, but there are other formulas that work similarly or even better. Once you have understood the underlying principle of such a formula, you can successfully apply it in different sectors. If you would like to select a corresponding formula for your offers, there is a website called CopyHackers. There you can find not only a list of a considerable number of such forms, but also comments and explanations on how these solutions work. You can imagine it like a text template that you can adapt and optimize to your own needs. But even if you don't want to stick strictly to one of these formulas, there are several hints on what not to forget in your own marketing strategy. A classic example would be the indication that you stand out from the competition by making a completely different offer. For example, if your competitors all rely on email and online marketing, then sending letters by mail would be a good way to stand out. And if each of your competitors limit the warranty period to 30 or 60 days, then you could offer a warranty for a full year. For example, we've actually tried this in the past and found that a full year guarantee significantly lowered the number of returns. Today, however, we use two providers who handle sales, complaints and the processing of invoices and returns for us. There, a 60-day return guarantee is common, but you may be free to decide that for yourself in your area, especially if you write the invoices yourself and have no distributors. Either way, we would recommend taking a look at the formulas on the CopyHackers website. This collection is really rich and provided with many examples, so that you should also find the right formula for your own business for your marketing videos. Okay, that's it for today. If you have any questions or suggestions about the content in this video, just send us an email. We always reply ourselves and usually within 24 hours. If you need faster and better results, you might be interested in the premium course on our website. For now, thank you for your attention and see you in the next video.